Hey guys, I just recorded this entire video and then I accidentally deleted the footage, so that's fun. But the good thing about that is I have my thoughts a little bit more collected. A couple quick notes before I get started. First of all, yes, this is my opinion, so you can scream at me if you want in the comments and say I'm just whining. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Some people are going to like this game and some are not going to. You are entitled to your opinion. That's not my point here. Second, at the end of this video, I show a Battlefield 4 map, and I think that's the point of the video where what I'm saying here really starts to make sense. So before you start arguing with me, make sure you at least look at some of that section. And lastly, if you enjoy this, please remember to like the video and subscribe. And also a huge thank you to those of you that have been very supportive here lately. But moving along, today I wanted to talk about why Eastwood is still kind of a map failure, even though it's bigger. I have to say, right off the bat from spawn here, this feels good. Like, this felt like it had potential. I got kind of excited. We got a little bit of hills, you know, a little bit of open space here. Vehicles to get through, obviously. But then as I progressed further toward the center of the map, I realized that this map is just as much of a clusterfuck as every other one they've made. Because first of all, this objective, not bad. I don't mind this objective. My problem is, it's kind of just out here doing its own little thing. Like, this part of the map is fine. It's all sectioned off. There's open space between the objectives. There's a little bit of cover to get behind as you're crossing. Take some gunfights. But then you come in here, and this is where the map starts going south. This is where you realize how ridiculously over-cluttered they made the map. But because of how cluttered the center of the map is, you start feeling like you're on a small map again, which is, you know, the center of the map is where both teams meet. It's way over here by itself, a good little section from here to here. And then you've got all this space, which is basically unusable unless you're in a tank and you just want to pull a flank. Guys, this is 40% of the map right here. And it's just flat land. No use for infantry. Not much cover. These vehicles kind of sit here and don't get used almost every match that I've played because nobody wants to go out here. And even if you do bring a regular vehicle through here, you're probably going to get sniped because of how easy it is to snipe in this game. Oh my god. I know my aim looks terrible, but this input delay thing really makes it hard to aim. This right here is my least favorite part of the map, but alright. This is where I have a huge problem with the design philosophy around this map. Essentially, this part of the map is in a bowl. So you've constantly got people coming up over this hill. And leading up to the hill, you've got all this clutter. And when you get up here, a little bit more clutter. Oh, I just can't see anywhere. Like, I can't see over here. Like, what's the point of all this shit? So far, this match has been a lot less clusterfucky than the last 8 that I've played on this map. Oh, shit. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I think the reason this match is going better is because the enemy team is pretty stupid. But typically, Battlefield maps are more cluttered around the edges, and then in the middle, your objectives are like these points of interest that are separated by like a little bit of open area with some cover in between, so you can move around the map without constantly feeling paranoid that you're gonna get shot in the back. And there is a lot of desync in the game right now too. I really wish that was improving by now, but that does add to the frustration. Shooting someone 3 times and then them pulling up and killing you before you can get your last hit or 2 on them is really frustrating, but that's not really a map problem. But this, where I just spawned and ran 5 steps and boom, I'm surrounded. It's just constant war on this hill. It might even just be this hill that I have the biggest issue with in this map. If they just flattened this hill and got rid of some of the clutter between Charlie and Alpha. I also do feel like movement speed could go up quite a bit. Like, I'm not really talking about that though. Like, I feel sluggish. I just played Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 as well. You feel a lot quicker and snappier in those games. And they're by no means like quick, snappy games. Another reason I feel like this map still feels too small is, well, the enemy team picked it up, that's for sure. But the point I was going to make is the objectives themselves are tiny. So they force you to play within this small little area, even though you've got all this space. So if you've got 12 people trying to capture this point, 6 and 6 on both sides, and you've got 12 people in this small little space, and I'm gonna play some Battlefield 4 after this to kind of show what I mean. Like, look, did you see all the red dots there? They all line up on these ridges, and we're just taking head glitch gunfire from like every direction. It kind of just feels like they got so focused on making the map bigger that they didn't even think about how the map would flow. It's fucking chaos, man. Some chaos is good, but it's got to be controlled chaos. But here we go. Charlie, this is what I was talking about. This objective is small, indoors. Like, I can't even go into that room. This room is the objective, and there's no verticality to extend the size of it. It's just even when they have space to work with, they condense everything down, and they compartmentalize the map by creating so much clutter in between the points that you can't really see across the map. I have yet to make it past Charlie. I got over the hill once, but I don't know, man. It's just a fucking clusterfuck. I don't understand how they made this map this big and still made it feel like you're playing on Empire State or something. There's never a time that you get to breathe. But once again, you get to Alpha, and it's just a flat spot where everything is destructible. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm surrounded by buildings where people can head glitch. There's no cover, and I'm surrounded by cover. Like, the map does look cool. I won't lie about that. It's just that there's no, like, there's no flow to it. I'm not a professional here. I'm just an idiot that says my opinion. But I'm just so tired of the paranoia you constantly feel in this game. It's chaotic, but you feel slow. Your ADS movements feel sluggish. There's just something missing, man. And don't get me started on escalation where they put 3 objectives within that middle area. The fuck is that? Oh, somebody shot down a UAV. Sweet. Yeah, I do not know where to look right now. There's a guy. Probably gonna get sniped from somewhere else any second now. Okay, or that. But anyways, this game is pissing me off. Let's hop in Battlefield 4. And I know some of you hate Battlefield 4 because you're crazy. I'll hop on Zavod 311, one of my favorite maps. Alright, and I thought Zavod would be a good example because, as you can see, it also has this kind of a wing where there's no objectives. But I wanted to show you what they did with that space. And as you can see, the center area of the map, generally flat. The middle of the map isn't a goddamn hill. You go out to the side, and you've got paths and cover. There's not bushes everywhere. The grass isn't too restricting of your view. Once you get up here, it's flat again. And this provides a good spot for snipers to look out over the map. You also spawn out here, as you can see these guys running in. In Eastwood, this is all just completely flat with no cover. On Zavod here, there's a side road that leads all the way back to objective Foxtrot. So it's a big flanking route. So you'll have people over here trying to prevent the flank. You have vehicles perched up here, snipers perched up here. And you can see around. And this is where, like, I'm not a map designer. I just know how the game feels. And all I can really do sometimes is iterate what I'm feeling. Another reason I thought this would be a good example for a map is because the capture points on this map are actually pretty small, which is something I mentioned. But the difference is here, we're inside of this big ass building where you're mostly covered. You kind of just have to cover the entry points. And the same goes for Objective Charlie over here. Small capture zone down here, but there's only 4 or 5 ways to get down here. You just have to guard your points. But also the map's just so much more spread out. Like, we got a full server here. We're missing 2 people. And I can move around the map and check my corners and not get lasered from 50 directions. You can go up here, get a bottom down view. Verticality. Like if the building on Charlie on Eastwood was like a 4-story building and you could go to the different floors, but only the bottom floor was capturable, I feel like that'd make it totally better. Then you could get on top of the building and you could see who's in the surrounding hills instead of just being caught in the bottom of a fishbowl getting shot at from the tops. Like, I can see all the way across the map here. I can see Foxtrot, I can see Echo, I can see Delta and Charlie. And it's only whenever you get to B that I have to go over a little hill. A and B on this map are kind of isolated the way that basically every objective is on Eastwood. I don't think I'm going to get there in time. It's a whole... God damn it. Okay, I'll hop on an empty server and show you guys. This is Objective Alpha. I almost killed myself with a chopper. You get here. You can capture from up top here. You can capture from the middle level. You can capture from the bottom. There's entrances into the bottom, to the middle. And of course the tops, you know, you can just climb on top. But see, these isolated points, they did a lot more with them. It's not just, I don't know what, on Eastwood, we're talking from here to here to here and back. That's your whole cap point, and there's a building or 2. Of course, there's got to be that one guy in the chopper that's going to harass me. Alright, but I'm going to show you Bravo before I end the video. So once again, this is kind of isolated from the rest of the map. That side of the map, we got some small points, but it's in a big open area. So here on B, this whole area is capturable. Not just in this building. You can go into that building, this one, that one, and this one. And there's 2 floors on each one. It's like you're fighting over this whole area. So even though it's so separate from everything else, you know, half the time it feels like you're in a separate match while you're over here. Yeah, take that. But yeah, I think this was a good example of what I was trying to say. We still got our hill and our side area, but it's all utilizable. Good for flanks. It leads from point A to point F. And there's sufficient cover, but not so much cover that there's no visibility. You can play tactically and push your way up. And then I will say, you know, F is a little separate as well. It's more connected than A and B are, I'd say, because you can see Echo from F. But once again, it's a whole area, all the way over to there. I think it's about where the tank is that it stops capping. No, it goes all the way over. It's like right here is where it stops. You can get up in this radio tower. Yeah, if you're going to have these little fringe cap points, I don't know, it's like, why make them so small? Spread things out. And actually, I don't think you can cap from up here. This is more of like after you capture, a lot of people will come up here to be a lookout and kind of defend the place. So anyways, guys, I think that gets my point across. I've been trying really hard to not just complain about Battlefield 6, but it feels like so many things they're doing are so low effort. But of course, the Battle Pass came out for a $70 game less than a month after launch. That was a high priority. Here soon, I'm probably going to be making a video about the codification of Battlefield, because I don't care which way you slice it. It is very obvious that Battlefield 6 was made to appeal to Call of Duty players. They copied the UI. I won't get into it, but I'm probably going to make a video on that soon and talk about how Battlefield has started to go the Call of Duty route. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the campaign videos. I know that they didn't perform nearly as well. I kind of had a feeling they might not. But it was fun to do, and I'm glad I played it. Bad Company 2 has, like, so much charm. Yeah, that game has such a good classic 2010 game feel to it. And the characters were fantastic. So with that, let's see if I can destroy this guy with this thing, and I'll get out of here. Nope. Okay, I can't do it. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video.